folks, welcome to the channel, welcome back, welcome to new subscribers. If you haven't watched my videos before, I'm Beza. This is my koi pond channel. Those of you that are returning subscribers, welcome back. And today we've got an update on the retrofit bottom drain. As you can see, I'm a happy guy. So yeah, really pleased with the results so far. It's not perfect, but we are getting there. I'm in Beza's bar today, just having a bit of a tidy up. Unfortunately, no alcohol. Just a cup of tea because I've got work this evening, or tonight I should say, night shift. So no drinking for me, just having a tidy up. I'll take you through to the pond now, see what we got, see the results, and for those of you who haven't seen the pond before, let's take a look. Here's the main man, Buddy. How you doing? You enjoying the sun there? Here's Buddy. Come on, gonna go through the garden, see the pond. There it is, folks. This is my first ever pond build, which was done during lockdown. Same as the bar, really. Built the bar during lockdown and also done the pond. I was clearly very bored. So it's a 1,000-gallon raised pond. I've got no bottom drain. Obviously, I've got a drain in there, but it's just a retrofit, which was fitted around about a week and a half ago now. So we're going to go through the results of that and how well it's done. Water's a bit down at the moment. I've just done a filter clean and cleaned a little bit more than I would normally, so just waiting for that to slowly top back up. Usually takes about a day to top up 2 or 3 inches of water because I literally trickle it through the carbon filter just to remove the chlorine to make sure it's all gone. Have a quick look in the filter house. Here we are in the filter house. Everything is good. Everything feels like it's getting there. And those of you who watched before, you'll know I've had so many problems. Pretty much just new pond syndrome. Not sure how really to tackle the problem, but thanks to a couple of subscribers who commented a few times, and I've listened to their advice, and so far things are looking neat. Like I said, I've just done a filter clean on that, so that's all topping up through. I'll just show you the trickle that I put back through the pond when I'm topping it back up. That is literally all I top back up on the pond, and I've tested that numerous times. It goes through the 3-stage chlorinator. I've tested it numerous times and it doesn't show any chlorine whatsoever. So I know that that is doing the trick just with the trickle. If you put any more flow through it, it doesn't work and you start seeing the chlorine come through. So you've really got to trickle those through slowly if you've got one. So as I say, that'll take a day to fill up. This is all bubbling away. No issues again, no problems. And I believe that this is starting to catch up. So, where are we? Last time we put the video out, I was feeding 30 grams a day and roughly getting 0.2, 0.5 on nitrites. And it's been like that for such a long time, I couldn't really get past that. One of the subscribers said about the retro drain, when you put the retro drain in, that'll collect all the muck, rather than me sweeping it out of the pond. Essentially, what I was taking out of the pond was the food for the filter. Hence why the filter probably wasn't maturing enough. I put the retrofit bottom drain in and it is brilliant. It really is. I didn't think it was going to be that good. Even on 50%, even at 50% on the pump, it's still pulling the muck. I've been mesmerised, sat there at the end of the pond, literally looking at the bits of muck go near to the filter and then shooting. So it really does do the job. It doesn't clean the pond straight away, don't get me wrong, the fish have to push the food around, so it's on the deck. And eventually it gets into the filter, so halfway through the day after they've had a feed, the pond's pretty much clear. So I'm really happy with it. I'll go back outside. Here's my measuring kit. I've got my salt tester at the moment. I'm 0.2 with the salt, because I've added salt last time because the nitrites were high. So I'm going to put it up to 0.3 probably today, just to alleviate any of the effects of the nitrite. Yeah, I'll talk about the feed when we get it. So, let's have a look at the drain, see what it's doing. Here they are, the greedy buggers. Okay, so last time we spoke, 30 grams. I think it was doing my head in. It's been that for so long. And nitrites have been tipping over the edge. One of the subscribers told me stopped doing my water tests. Stopped doing them because you need to let the filter mature. You need to throw in that food, let the filter mature, and just sort of reduce the effects of the nitrite by raising the pH and adding salt to the pond, which is what I've done. It's salted to 0.2 now. I am going to take it to 0.3, but I just didn't want to chuck it all in one go. So we'll go to 0.3, and the pH is sitting at around about 8.4 or 8.5 roughly. And basically he said, I can't remember the subscribers, there's been a couple really who've said the same sort of thing, which is why I've gone with this advice. But a couple of them have said, ignore the nitrites, as long as they're not silly high, ignore them, keep the feed going in, increase the feed, and just keep an eye on the fish. And the fish will tell you if there's a problem. And I've been watching these fish and they've been absolutely bang on, no issues at all. No signs of any illness, no flashing, no nothing really. So almost 2 weeks later after fitting the bottom drain, I'm now feeding 5 feeds a day at 20 grams. Unless I'm out at work and I'll up the feed a little bit and only feed a couple of times. But I'm feeding 5 times a day at 20 grams, which is 100 grams. 70 grams more than what I was feeding. And at the moment I've still got the same nitrite levels, just 0.2. And the fish are happy. They are so hungry from there. I fed them this morning when I got up, which was about 8 o'clock. I'll show you that little feed now, cut onto that. There we are folks, up to 20 grams of feed now, and I'm feeding 5 times a day, so it's 100 grams in total this pond's having, compared to, what was it, 30 grams a day, and everything is looking perfect. The fish are absolutely ravenous, and they're not scared to come and have it out of the hand either. Let's have a look. Come on then. That's Jackie, unreal. And there we have it. Feed time, absolutely starving, and things are looking so much better. Lovely bit of sun coming through here on the pond now. I get a bit of sun in the morning, on the evening. Not much in the rest of the day, which is good really. Shaded most of the day. There we have it. Feed time, first one this morning. And the bottom drain working away perfectly. As you can see, there's a little bit of dirt on the bottom, but nowhere near what I had. And within, I don't know, an hour or so with the fish moving around, that goes straight into the drain. So I'm so pleased with it. You know, there's still little bits here and there, but they do get pushed into the drain eventually. I'm well happy. Sat here some nights just watching the dirt near to the drain, and all of a sudden it gets sucked in. It's something that the Evolution Aqua pump didn't do on its own, so this is definitely doing the trick. So there you go. And it's now coming up to sort of midday, so what was it, 8 o'clock this morning? Yeah, they're actually overdue a feed now, but I've been doing some jobs so they've had to wait. Cleaning all the glass around the pond, just get splash marks all over it, cleaning the windows, done that. So I'm going to get a feed now. We'll feed them again. I'm not going to hand feed them, I'll just throw it in and you can have a look. They're absolutely ravenous, which shows that they're doing alright. There was even some signs of spawning last week. They were definitely pairing up. Right, so switch it on. And then zero that. And zero that. And then all I do is add Surrey Premium. And I'm only using this because I had it left over. And I'll just go to roughly 10 grams of the Surrey Premium, and then Saki Hikari balance. This is the small pellets for the smaller fish. I literally had another tin. So, as you can see, I've got used to grabbing the right amount in my hand. And that's what I've been doing 5 times a day. And the fish are loving it. The reason I put in the smaller pellets is for the smaller fish. If I put in the big ones, the larger fish literally take the lot within a minute or so, and the little fish are still running around trying to find stuff. Whereas the little pellets, they stay in the water a lot longer and give them a chance to feed. As they grow, I'm going to switch over to the larger pellets. Once this kasuri's gone, I'm going to switch to the Saki Hikari. Is it the 6mm pellets or the 5mm or whatever it is, 4mm pellets? I'll go with them. And I won't have to put in the little ones anymore, but I am definitely switching to the Saki Hikari full time because it's absolutely great bait. I keep calling it bait, so that's the fisherman in me. It's great food. So we'll chuck that in. Let's see if they're hungry, which I know they will be. Isn't that a great sight? Fantastic. So that's feed number 2. Another 3 feeds today. I've been feeding them late evening as well, sort of 9 o'clock was the last feed. Just because they're still hungry then. What else was I going to show you? Okay. I'm not sure if you'll see it from in here, but you can see the retro drain there. And round the deck, there used to be a lot of muck around by the old pump, but there is nothing. It's not the greatest shot, but there's hardly anything around there. Essentially, it's doing the job, and these fish are starving. They are starving. Somebody's coming to collect this one and the Sankey next Monday. I think they're having Dot as well. I've already given a small charge for Dot, but the other 2 he's having them for free. Hopefully he doesn't let me down on Monday, but they'll be gone. Make a little bit more room in the pond, and we'll see if we end up getting a chag later on, or Hayatsuri or something like that. We'll see. I'm not in a rush. So there we go. So there we have it. I am a happy boy. It's taken so long to get this right, and it's not right by any stretch, but we are way over the hill now. As I said, the nitrites are tested today. Haven't tested for like 4 or 5 days. I normally test every day. Last 4 or 5 days didn't test. The only thing I've been testing is the pH, sorry. Just want to make sure that the pH is up there, just because this nitrite is more toxic when the pH is low, so we can keep it high. Yeah, I kind of ignored it. Tested it today, tested everything today. pH was 8.4, 8.5. Nitrites were just touching 0.2, which is less than what I had when I was feeding 30 grams, which was great. Not even a trace. I think there might have been a slight trace of ammonia, which shows that obviously the feed's going in, producing more waste. KH was set at 7. What else did I test? KH, pH, ammonia, nitrite. I did test the phosphate as well, which was hardly anything in there, so I don't normally bother with that, but hardly any phosphate. And they all seem extremely happy. They're milling around all day. Like I said, every time I come to the pond, they're begging for food. So I'm well impressed with the bottom drain. It's keeping the bottom clear, providing feed for the filter, which is what I've missed out on before. And yeah, everything seems to be maturing. The other trick as well, which I've stopped, is I've stopped changing water. Every time I got a nitrite spike before, I would change a lot of water, and it's not helped at all. So now I've stopped cleaning the filter out every day, which I used to do. This is all up until 2 weeks ago. I used to clean the filter every day, little filter, clean, top it back up. Now I'm leaving it 3 or 4 days. Not sure if that's the right way to do it, but when you're maturing a pond, I think the waste needs to be inside the filter long enough for the bacteria to build rather than just keeping it clear. So that's the way I've been doing it. And it also means I'm not constantly putting too much water into the pond. So every 3 or 4 days, little filter clean, and I'll top up around about 3 inches. And it seems to be working. The pump's on 50% and it's doing the job. It's pulling the muck off the bottom, turning the pond over once an hour. Probably too much, but once an hour, and it seems to be working. That Shearo's growing massive, literally growing by the day. It's going to be a decent fish, I think. So yeah, so we'll get rid of the 3 fish next week, and then we'll decide what we're going to do. I'll see how the filters are then. But I'm happy, everything's working well. I'm going to go into the vlog room, see what's going on in here. I know what's going on here. It's a bloody mess. Look at all this. It's meant to be my vlog room and my hospital tank for the fish. Mrs. has got all the camping stuff in here. We started camping this year, and she just keeps buying stuff, and we've just got non-stop camping gear. That's going to have to go, so I'm going to have to buy a new shed because I can't have that in here. And the plan is to get a quarantine tank inside here, get it set up. I haven't got anything, I haven't found anything at the right price, the right size. Basically it needs to come through that door. I've had a couple of suggestions, but I'm maybe going to be looking at a bottle bin. You know, you throw your waste bottles in the pubs. Bottle bins are about the right size to go through the door, and they'll probably fit nicely in the corner here. And it's just somewhere I can treat the fish if I do get any problems. And that's the plan for here, but I don't know how soon it'll happen. I don't know. Just so busy with fishing, the pond, camping, work. It's just life, isn't it? Love this wall. My last France trip. If you haven't seen Bez's Carp channel, get over and have a look. Caught some mega fish out in France. Had a great time with the lads. There's a vlog on there, Bez's Carp channel. Take a look if you're into fishing. And that's the update for today, folks. Short and sweet. I'm happy. Everything seems to be going the right way, as people said it would. So I appreciate your advice. I really appreciate it. It's helped me out massively. It's took me a while to sort of bite the bullet and not test the water. It's took me a long while to be able to do it. Just have the guts, really, and it shows that you just got faith in the filters, and it works. I've got the filter capacity there to do the job for that amount of fish, that amount of water. I just needed to sort of trust the process, which I've done. So I think I'm there. Hopefully now I'm going to keep the feed roughly at 100 grams a day, and hopefully those nitrites will completely disappear in a week or so, and we'll just keep you up to date with what's going on. So folks, really appreciate your advice. Thanks for watching. Just a couple of shout outs. Koi Fish Johnny, he's about to do another project on the back of his pond. He's building an office there to Jammy Git. So if you haven't had a look at him, Koi Fish Johnny, up North Koi. He's always busy. He's got some videos out on YouTube. Have a look at that. James the Koi Whisperer, he's gone a bit quiet, but hope you're looking after yourself. Lee Hadfield, he's got a mega pond on the go. I think it's might be 5,000 gallons. That bloke is mental. If you're listening, Lee, you're absolutely crackers. He's got a lovely pond as it is, and he's just knocking it down and building another one. Fair play. Have a look at that. Lee, the Koi Soldier. He's just put the walls around the pond at the moment, so that's a good watch if you're interested. Who else we got? I can't remember. There's lots. I'll give some shout outs as I go along. But folks, if you haven't already, click on subscribe, like this video, and click on the notification bell. That'll let you know when I put out any future videos. If you want to keep an eye on how the pond's going and what we're doing. Really appreciate you watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.